There must be some way out of here.
So an event that occurs which is threatening to the individual has to basically encode it and recall it. So if stimuli that make overlap with this put us on alert that something bad may happen. That's a survival technique. And so it must encode these things within the brain so that we will recognize these things when those things which overlap with the original event occur. So the way it works is that information comes in through our senses, auditory, olfactory, visuals, gustatory, and touch. And these get sent to a part of the brain called the thalamus. Now, the thalamus is a kind of a post office which sends information to other parts of the brain. And if the thalamus recognizes the thing we're seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling as a threat, it sends the information directly to a place called the amygdala, which then causes the brain to go on alert. Once we're alert, we are then able to see threats which we may not have been able to see before because our pupils dilate, our muscles become stronger, we're ready for fight or flight. As a consequence, if there's no threat or we don't perceive a threat, this thing downregulates and it goes away. But if we see a threat and it's coming towards us, we have not many options. We can fight or we can flee. And if the event appears to be inescapable, that means we're trapped. Then what happens is a group of hormones, cortisol and norepinephrine, are secreted, which then cause the production of a receptor on the surface of the amygdala called an AMPA receptor, AMPAR receptor. And this then gets permanently placed on the surface so that any time we see something that looks like what caused us to be frightened before, if we escape, then the whole system activates and stress hormones are released. So it is the potentiation, that's the technical word for it, the potentiation of an AMPA receptor on the surface of the neuron in the amygdala, which is the process by which traumatization occurs. And this receptor acts as an on-ramp to all the other parts of the event, as well as the release of stress hormones, which cause great damage to the person.
There must be some way out of here.